Welcome back, everyone, to the Playbook Podcast. I'm your host, Trey Lopez. Next one, join us in just a second. He's ducking, guys. He's a ducker. So he does is duck, 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 duck. Talks all this trash to me, saying that stick to football, stick to baseball, and none of that's happened with me against him. With that being said, hope y'all having a fantastic day so far. Hope y'all having a wonderful summertime. If you're in summer school, if you're in school, I'm sorry. I'm in school too right now, so I get everybody's pain and whatnot. Hope y'all doing good though. Hope y'all doing fantastic. I hope y'all having a great time so far. With that being said, hope y'all enjoying playing some golf out there. If you're golfers out there, if y'all are traveling, stay safe out there. If you're going to camps this week for a Testicle Youth Camp, have fun. The one thing about those camps that'll change your life, it's changed my life many times since I was a kid. The one thing that my youth pastor used to say to me is, don't go fired up, go already fired up. And, you know, if you're going to those camps, I want you to enjoy the moment. And, just be, I don't know what y'all go through. I know I went through some stuff growing up, but, yeah. With that being said, we're gonna jump to some NBA Finals talk this week. What a NBA Finals, guys! Game 1 and 2 were spectacular in San Antonio. I'm gonna give you my take of the NBA Finals so far. Number one is this: this is the best Finals I've seen since 2022, and 2022 was Warriors versus Boston. This is different. 2023 was terrible. 2024 was not that wasn't the best. 2025 was awful too. Okay. So here's the deal about the Knicks side. The Knicks so far, I'm gonna put the score. I'm gonna put the stats up for a second. Sorry, I forgot I didn't get the stats out. Let me see. 2026 final stats. So right now, New York is averaging around 105 points per game, 46 rebounds, 24 assists. Sorry, people are texting me, bro. That's just how it is. I mean, I will admit, here's the deal about this game overall. Here's the deal. OG Anunoby is probably the best defender right now. That's just how it is. People. I'm getting messages by people. Anyways, people are just ducking me today, guys. But Wemby averaging 27 points per game. Jalen Brunson's averaging 25 points per game. Victor leads the series in rebounds. Karl-Anthony Towns. No, actually, no, it's Karl-Anthony Towns actually leading the series in rebounds on both sides of the ball. De'Aaron Fox plays a spectacular role. Wemby's averaging 3.5 blocks per game. Behind him is OG Anunoby. And, there's some interesting stats going on here. So I find it crazy. This is the crazy stat for me. Is Victor Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama has not played the best series this year. This is probably the worst I've seen him play in his career. Karl-Anthony Towns is owning this guy. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Karl-Anthony Towns, 2026 final stats. He's averaging 19 points per. This is against Wembanyama, by the way. 19.5 points per game, 12 rebounds and 4 assists per game. So, game 1, he had 18 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists. This is against Wembanyama, by the way. Victor Wembanyama, I saw a stat on game 2. When Karl Anthony Towns is guarding Wemby, he's 1 for 19 in the field in game one. The best defender on Wembyama is Karl Anthony Towns. Because here's the deal about Cat. Cat is the number 1 pick 2 in the draft. He's, in my opinion, one of the best 3-point shooters as a big man ever in NBA history. Okay? But the thing with Wembyama, the thing with Cat is that he ain't scared of him. He's saying, okay, you're all that, right? Okay. I'm going to show you what's up now, bro. He's probably been their best player of this series impact-wise. Because without him, defending the way he's defending against Wembyama, they're losing those 2 games in the series, by the way. So that's what I think what will happen then. So here's the deal about this team overall. With the Knicks. The Knicks are hungry for it. They haven't won in 50 years. Haven't been in the finals in 25 years. The Knicks are showing they want more of it than the Spurs do. And I don't want to hear, well, the Spurs played a 7-game series. I don't want to hear that. I don't know. I don't want to hear somebody giving them like I don't know, some butt kissing for the media. I mean, on the other side is this. Karl Anthony Towns has been their excellent player. He leads the play both sides of both teams, and plus minus with plus 25. That's his net rating right now in the series. It's plus 25. Without Karl Anthony Towns, y'all are losing the 2 games, Knicks. So y'all should thank Karl Anthony Towns. If the New York Knicks win a championship with Cat, I'm looking at Minnesota, saying to myself, are you sure you made the right trade for Julius Randle? Are you sure about that? Because if I'm Karl Anthony Towns, I'm saying to myself and my team, I'm sending a message to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Hey man, y'all let me go. Because here's the deal: when the Wolves were leading the 2024 in the Western Conference Finals and whatnot, they were 3rd in the West. And this past year, they were 8th or 6th. There's been a huge drop off since then. So, props to Karl Anthony Towns playing his butt off. Mikal Bridges too, showing up when it matters most. Jalen Brunson's your closer. Here's the deal: Jalen Brunson's a baller, guys. He wants it. You know what I find crazy? In game 2, they were physical with him. They were picking it up 94 feet. You know what Jalen Brunson did? He still played the best basketball in his career. He was still playing good basketball. He wasn't showing a back weakness and weakness and whatnot. No. He was saying, okay, I see what you're doing. My turn now. And look what's happening now. Jalen Brunson is showing. And Jalen Brunson is getting fouled. He's getting his jersey grabbed. He's probably getting scratches on his back and his shoulders and whatnot. I don't know. You can't really tell on the TV or anything like that. But Jalen Brunson is showing, hey man, throw all you want at me, I got it. And OG Anunoby is playing last game in game 2. He ain't scared of Wembyama. He posterized Wemby. He postered him. He's strong. That boy's a brick. He could build your house probably. OG Anunoby is your best defender on the basketball court on both sides of the ball this past series. Here's the deal. The Spurs too, props to them. I think Dylan Harper's playing great this season. Dylan Harper's a strong kid, a rookie by the way. He's playing good basketball too. But dude, you can't win with Dylan Harper as your best player. Has to be Wembyama. Has to be Wemby. Wemby is not playing great. He's not playing good basketball at all. So we'll see what happens though. It's a good series so far. It's one of the best finals I've seen since 2022. And that was 4 years ago. So there's that. There's that. So the question is really the question about the next question is this about the Knicks or the Spurs in reality? For me personally, It's kind of both. Because the Spurs are two young players, they're a young team. Youngest team in the NBA since '76. Something like that. And the Spurs are young team. They're young still. Wemby was 22. Stephon Castle's 22. Dylan Harper's 21. So in reality, it's a combination of both. The Knicks, because they're on a 13-game winning streak, they hadn't lost since 45 days ago, in April 23rd. So there's that too. So I think we see what's going on with the Knicks. I think it's a good, pretty much a both good matchup. You know, the Knicks are a strong physical team. I'm gonna be real with you. We underestimated Mike Brown. Mike Brown knows that system of the Spurs. You know why? Because he coached there, assistant coach. He did. You know that, guys. Mike Brown was the assistant coach of the San Antonio Spurs before he became head coach for the Cavaliers. So it's more of a Knicks Spurs combination because Mike Brown knows Spurs offense and Spurs game because he worked there as assistant coach. So, more headlines in the sports news today. About President Trump going to the game tonight. Okay, I'm not trying to be political here, but I don't want to be political here because this is a sports podcast. But I think everyone making a big deal of it, it's outrageous. Here's the deal. I'm gonna give you an explanation real quick about this. If the Chicago Bulls all of a sudden make it to the NBA Finals without Michael Jordan and without Scottie Pippen and 2027 next year probably or 2028, he knows what's going to happen. Barack Obama is going to go to that game. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to shut down Chicago. They will. If the Dallas Cowboys, my team, my football team, win a championship, you don't think that George W. Bush is going to go to the Cowboys stadium? It's not. There's not a bad. Here's the deal. It's like going to the Masters. You could be a sports fan, be president. Heck, if I was president, I would go to the Cowboys game. The Lakers. Let's see LeBron play. See the Masters. See any PGA event I want to go to. I mean, for crying out loud, he got an invite from the New York Knicks owner. So let's not make a big deal about it. He's a New Yorker, okay? There were games prior to becoming president where he sat down with Howard Stern. He sat down with Mike Francesa. Mike Francesa is a sports radio icon with Christopher Russo. There's not, so we shouldn't make a big deal about it. Here's the deal, okay? I think it'll be good for a sport. If you like the guy, you like the guy. You hate the guy, you hate the guy. He's a sports fan. Okay. Oh, that's just how I see it. That's just how I see it. You know, like, you know, and let's just stop. Okay. Let's just stop this whole nonsense and let the guy be a sports fan. He was a Knicks fan. The dude had a freaking he lived in New York for more of his life. He was born in Queens, New York. He was there to Knick games before he became a president. So let's not throw a little fit. Oh my God, he's a narcissist. He's a sports fan, bro. Dude, I don't understand I don't know. No, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on. And here's the deal about the Knicks real quick. The Knicks fan as overall. If you're a Knicks fan out there, I get it. I want New York to win. But I'm actually scared for a city that's going to burn down. Like, it's going to nuke itself. Whether they lose or win, it's going to get nuked. And shame on I just find it crazy how it's insane how crazy New York is right now. But come on, guys, he's a sports fan. Okay, um, you know what I find weird? Ronald Reagan played at the Masters, Augusta National Golf Club. Nobody's saying anything about that. So let's just calm down. Let him be a sports fan, dude. If I was president, I want to do a coin flip at the Cowboy Stadium. But let's just not make a big deal out of it. I want to go to the Masters. I want to go to the Masters. So there we go. Anyways, we're gonna move on from that topic. I'm not trying to get political here, but at the same time, though, this is a sports show, and he's going to a sports game. That's the headline on. That was the headlines on ESPN today, on Fox Sports One, on Sirius XM Sports Radio. So let's just calm down. Um, moving on to some football news now. So Nick Saban went on Capitol Hill to testify about NIL. So this is what's going to happen according to reports I've seen online. NIL, money, college, hearing. So the city committee held a major hearing addressing the name and likeness of the NIL crisis in college sports. Lawmakers and college leaders, including Nick Saban, urged Congress to plan to pass a federal legislation to regulate the unregulated multi-million dollar NIL marketplace and restore competitive balance. So the problem with this so far is that schools are struggling to manage massive financial gaps between conferences, with some programs operating with roster value at nearly $40 million. The legislation proposes capping player eligibility at 5 years and limiting athletes to sign a transfer without a penalty. Now here is so this act requires schools that receive media rights revenue to offer equivalent roster spots and grant aid to women's and Olympic sports to prevent them from being cut. The bill aims to establish a federal standards for NIL disclosures, create agent regulations, and preempting conflicting state laws. So why did Congress intervene? Since the 2021 Supreme Court ruling, college sports has been governed by a fractured mix of state laws and ever-evolving NCAA rules, leading to chaotic transfer portals, self-interested booster collectives, and frequent and litigation. Lawmakers are seeking a federal intervention to create a stable nationwide framework. So, here's my thoughts about NIL as a whole. Listen, I think it's kind of getting out of control. Nick Saban said that NIL is ruining college sports, and it's happening. Um, I think there need to be a salary cap in the NIL because in college sports because dude, we're signing a bunch of people and recruiting a bunch of people too. So if I'm the NIL, you know what I think should happen. I think the NCAA should have Nick Saban as commissioner of the NCAA. That's what I think. Because here is the deal about NIL. When I first heard about NIL was passed in California first. Governor Gavin Newsom signed an executive order to pay college athletes. And from that point on, it's kind of out of control. So if I'm the NCAA, put a salary cap on schools because it's kind of getting a little crazy now. And so I think that what should happen is that we should at least put a salary cap on NIL and NCAA because without that, we're gonna lose money. You know, You're not gonna really compete and balance it out. So that's why I think this should happen overall. But anyways, more some now we move on to some golf news. So the Corn Ferry Tour this week's happening in Amarillo, Texas, the Alternate Classic. Who's gonna win and score prediction? So I think it'll be Blade Brown and John W. II. And here's why. Those two are two good golfers, and the score prediction will be 30 under par. I already know it. Because his Amarillo is not the hard course. That's what I've heard from people that play there. Unless you're like a member of the cushion, it depends on your handicap and whatnot, but their handicap is probably low. So yeah. Travis, here's the deal about that. Okay. Why are pro players like for real? Why are pro players playing and practicing on mats? Okay, me as a golfer, I hate playing on mats. I think it's stupid. I don't like mats at all. You know why? Because when you're playing actual golf, you ain't playing on mat. You ain't playing on turf. You're playing on grass. That's what you're doing. So why is Amarillo doing that to these players? You ain't gonna be that good. Here's the deal. I get it if it's a golf simulator, but this is stupid. So if I'm Tuscaloosa Country Club, you can't do that, bro. You just can't do that. You can't do that. You can't let these guys play on mats. You just can't do that. So I got reality. I got Blade Brown's winning or John W. II. And the match for playing out, and that's a thing too. Playing mats outside is crazy. How are you gonna play good golf? Dude, I went to Preston last week. Preston Golf Course. I'm the owner. I have a lot of love for Lisa Hill. But when you're playing with mats, you look like Tiger Woods. You know why? Because you're flushing it. I had my 3-wood back of the fence. Because my 3-wood was on turf, no mats. So I just can't believe it. That's just kind of sad too. And you know what? I think it's stupid overall. So I just think that's stupid. But I got Blade Browns winning the tournament. I will be here this Friday and Saturday. I'll be watching. Hopefully I can see that. Okay, Travis, here's the deal, guys. I beat Travis Kai a month ago at Comanche. Talking all this smack to me. You know what happens? I beat him. He was crying. I made him cry to his sleep. He told me, Trey, you're my daddy in golf. That's what Travis told me, guys. So, sprained ankle, boo. I saw Kobe Bryant win a tournament at NBA Finals on a sprained ankle too. So, but you know what's crazy, guys? I own him in golf. I own him. He knows it, and Nick knows it. Nick stuck in, by the way, in this podcast. By the way, so is Travis. Apparently, you know what's crazy, guys? Travis said he's a Spurs fan, and since like last week, and then all of a sudden he's a Spurs fan now. So I've been a Knicks fan. So, and by the way, Travis and they don't invite me to play golf no more in Lubbock. It hurts me a little bit because I'm like, man, I thought they're my brothers, my buddies. I can't go play golf with them no more. So he got a Jim Duggan jersey like a week ago, guys. Come on, a week ago. That's how much of his Spurs fan he actually is. Travis Kai, man, you're funny. Guys, I invited, you know what's crazy, guys? I send a message out to the group chat, Nick and Travis, every Monday. And you know what happens? Nick says, I'm working. Travis says, I'm working too. I can't. Who's talking now? It's Travis and Nick. Nick on his podcast talks all the time against me. He's a scary cat. And Travis is like, doesn't want to play golf with me for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah. But anyways, more of golf news. So a golf analyst said on CBS Sports Network that Scotty Scheffler is becoming Jordan Spieth, fair or foul. And where we refers to that is because I don't know if y'all watched it. He went viral because he was mad at his caddy and he hit in the bunker, took his hat off, and he was like, "Come on, bro." So I think it's fair because you know why? Because I never thought Scotty Scheffler was all that. Colin Coward said it best last year. He's not obsessed with winning. He is not obsessed with winning. Here's the deal. We took Tiger Woods for granted. Because in that 1997 2009 stretch, we were spoiled by him, winning tournaments left and right. The dude was dominating. I mean, the betting on. So I'm gonna show you something real quick. The betting ons of the Tiger Woods era. Here's the betting odds. The betting odds when Tiger Woods was in his prime. 150 to 1. Oh my god, that's hold up, wait, that's the wrong one actually. Okay, dude. Here's the odds of Tiger Woods in his prime. The odds were 2 to 1, or even shorter than that. For instance, 2000 U.S. Open, favorites at 1 plus 3 to 1. 2000 British Open, the Tiger Slam, plus 150 was the highest he's ever had. Okay, the dude, he won 45% of the starts, and here's the deal. This is the mind blowing stat. Overall, he's minus 125 to win the Masters every year when he tees it up. Every year. In the Memorial tournaments, and I mean, dude, the 2 to 1 is crazy, guys. I mean, you know how good you got to be to be a 2 to 1 shortest odd to win a tournament in the PGA Tour. That never happens in today's day. I mean, probably could happen in today's day and age, but dude, that is absurd. So, anyways, Scotty Scheffler, here's the deal. He fell off, guys. I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen at one point. Happened in 2026. He won one tournament this year. That's fine. That's cute. That's awesome. But not Tiger Woods. Not sorry. Scotty Scheffler fell off the cliff. Travis, Scotty Scheffler fell off. He fell off a cliff. So here's the deal. Here's why he compared him to Jordan Spieth. Jordan Spieth came on tour in 2015. He dominated the Masters in 2015. He dominated the 2015 British U.S. Open. He dominated the 2016, 17, whatever year it was, the Open Championship. After that, you know what happened? On world number 1, by the way. You know what happened to Jordan Spieth, guys? He fell off. The last time he actually won a tournament in 2021, before that was 2018 RBC Heritage with a bunker shot to win the whole thing. So, and Scotty Scheffler, it's great, but he ain't winning the US Open next week. Bet you that. So, I think it's a fair comment to say, Travis Scott and everyone out there, that Scotty Scheffler fell off big time. and I think he's a great guy. I love his spiritual thing, but he is a great guy. And the thing is this, Scotty Scheffler fell off. Travis, Scotty Scheffler fell off, guys. That's the thing with Scotty Scheffler. So, props to him. He won American Express tournament. After that, has he won again? No, he hasn't. His putting's off. His irons are off. His driving's off. So, what's new? What's new, y'all? What's new? Fell off a cliff. Yeah. I don't hate Scotty Scheffler. I think that he's not all that. He fell off a cliff, Travis Kai. So here's the deal. That's number one. That's the thing. So more news in golf and sports overall. Nelly Corda dominated the women US Open. The question is she the best women's athlete today? Yes, she is. Here's why. Because in golf is a hard sport. Okay. I think she might be a better golfer than Scotty Scheffler. That's my opinion. But yeah. She's the best women's athlete in today's sports. Scotty Scheffler, not Scotty, Nelly Corda, like dominated this tournament like crazy. This major like crazy, guys. She dominated like crazy. She's a beast. She is a great athlete, and she is 1-on-1. She's on track of breaking Annika Shorikin's records. That's how good she is. I mean, she's like Tiger Woods like 20 years ago. But in today's day and age, though. But like, man, Nelly's great. She's a good golfer. She's been on with Grant Horvat. She's been on with some YouTube golf out there. By the way, I was watching Bryson DeChambeau, and he's done with golf basically. He wants to do YouTube golf, so he's done. But yeah, with that being said, that will wrap us up for the Playboy Podcast. Giveaway next week, guys. Remember that. And we will, and Travis Kai, we will, Knicks and 4, guys. Knicks and 4. Yeah, I said Knicks and 4, guys. Brunson's a beast. Hope you all enjoy the NBA Finals. I'm a Knicks fan now. You know, that's how I see it. I'm not a bandwagon. Never have been. But Knicks and 4, guys. Travis is not a Spurs fan. He's told me he doesn't like any team in basketball but certain players. So I don't know what the heck his deal was about that. With that being said, that will wrap us up for the Playboy Podcast. Subscribe, comment, like, follow us on Apple Podcasts, and we will see y'all next week.